everyone, it's Cass. Welcome back to my channel, What Cass Read. Today we're gonna do my first of a few Christmas holiday themed book tags that I will be doing throughout the whole month of December, hence why I have my sweatshirt with jingle bells on it. And I don't know, can you see how funny this sweatshirt is? There's like dogs and sloths and cats and jingle bells. So if the bells are ringing, my apologies, but we're here for some festive fun. All right, so we're gonna do the Christmas song book tag today, and it was originally created by Haley in Bookland. And of course I have the questions on my phone, so let's get to it. All right, question number one is, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Name a villainous character that you couldn't help but love. I promise this is the only Robin Hobb book, I promise. But this is Ship of Magic, written by Robin Hobb. This is the first book of the Live Ship Traders trilogy, and the villain that I am referring to is Captain Kennett. He is our pirate captain, and it is his goal in life to obtain a live ship and become king of the Pirate Isles. He wants to intercept all these trading ships and gather all their riches. He's so villainous, he's so complex, and his character journey throughout the whole three books is one of my favorites of all time. That's why this is my favorite trilogy of all time. I promise this is the only Robin Hobb one, and then the rest of them we had some more creative answers, but the villain that I'm referring to is Captain Kennett. All right, question number two is, all I want for Christmas is you. Which book do you hope to see under your Christmas tree? That's a hard one. I do have a wish list, because I always have a running wish list, but I feel like I'm in such a good place with my books right now, the books that I have in my apartment, that there actually isn't any one thing that I can think of in particular. I do want to purchase the UK editions of the Song of Ice and Fire series because I like the size of the book. I've gotten into annotating, and I really want that size book to be able to write in, highlight in, put my little sticky tabs in. If I were to do a reread, I know there's rumblings of a Song of Ice and Fire reread or read-along going on next year. Yeah, so nothing like earth-shattering or mind-blowing, but yeah, the UK editions of the Song of Ice and Fire series. Question number three is, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Name a character that overcomes major obstacles and learns to believe in themselves. For that book, I have Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow, written by Jessica Townsend, and the character that I am referring to is Morrigan Crow, our title character. She is a young girl who just wants to belong somewhere and just wants to have family, a home, a place to call her own, a place to call home, friends to have. And I read the second book in this series, Wondersmith, this past month, and it just brought me back all of those feels of just how much she has had to overcome in these first two books, and the things that she could potentially continue to do as the series moves forward. This is such a great series. If you haven't checked out the Nevermore series, then I think you should really get on it. Okay, question number four is, Santa Claus is coming to town. This is a two-part question. The first one is, which character you think would be on top of the naughty list, and which character would you think would be at the top of the nice list? The naughty list are all of the thieves from the Gentleman Bastards crew. That includes Locke Lamora, that includes Jean Tannen, Paolo, Aldo, and Bug. All five of them definitely deserve a place on the naughty list. This was one of my favorite crews that I read about this entire year, and they're really fun to follow along with, but they just do some questionable things. Obviously, they're thieves. So it's a little tongue-in-cheek, put them on the naughty list, but I love them so much. So this is the Liza Block Lamora, written by Scott Lynch. And the character that I would put on top of the nice list, this is the Slow Regard of Silent Things, written by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the novella that he has as a part of his King Killer Chronicles series, and the character that I'm referring to is Ari, who we meet in the university setting where Kavoth is attending, and she's such a hard character to describe, but she's so pure. Her interactions with people are very pure. She helps Kavoth out, he helps her out. It's just some really beautiful interactions. All right, question number five is, Frosty the Snowman. Name a book that just melts your heart. This is Bread and Jam for Francis, written by Russell Hoban. This is one of my childhood favorite books. My friend got me a copy of this for like one of my birthdays when we were in college, because she and I talked about, I told her a funny story of when I used to read this book as a child. I checked it out from the school library like pretty much every single time we could go to the library, and my parents were like, you need to read something else, so they like forbade me from checking this book out from the library ever again. And so I told that story to my friend, and so when we were in college, she bought this for me because she saw it in the bookstore, and oh my god, I love this so much. It's just about a little badger who learns how to take her lunch to school, and she only wants one thing, which is bread and jam, and then she doesn't want to try any variety of foods, and she's sitting there eating lunch, and all her friends have all these like really exciting things for lunch, and then she decides that she's missing out because her mom only makes her the bread and jam because she was very adamant that that's all she wanted. And then eventually she learns to share and to try different things. It's so adorable. So this is a book that warms my heart whenever I think about it. All right, question number 6 is Feliz Navidad. Choose a book that takes place in a country other than your own. And this book I have chosen is Jade City, written by Fonda Lee. This is the first book in a new Asian-inspired trilogy written by Fonda Lee, and I just hauled this. This is called The Greenbone Saga. I just saw on the spine. This is like martial arts inspired, Asian inspired. I don't know if she draws any references from like the Yakuza because it's like this Asian fantasy, Asian metropolis, and they use Jade to help power themselves. I just bought this book because I have been really getting into some different Asian fantasy series lately. I was really disappointed in one of the reads, and you'll see that in my November wrap-up. But I was just looking for more Asian-inspired fantasy written by Asian authors. So that's why I ended up picking up Jade City, and I really hope to begin this soon. We'll see when I get to it. But anyway, so this is a book that takes place in a country other than my own. All right, question number 7 is, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Which holiday-themed book do you use to spread the Christmas joy? This is pretty much the only holiday book that I own. This is A Christmas Carol and Other Holiday Treasures, written by Charles Dickens. And I feel like I don't need to go much farther into what the story is about because we know what A Christmas Carol is. Yeah, I don't really have that many holiday books, but I love this cover. This is again in the Word Cloud Classics edition. I just think it's so beautiful. So this is A Christmas Carol. Okay, question number 8 is Sleigh Ride. Which fictional character would you choose to spend the holidays with? And it doesn't have to be a love interest. I thought by now I would have picked somebody, but I didn't. Okay, I don't want to grab the book from my shelf because I just thought of my answer, but I would spend it with the Court of Dreams from A Court of Mist and Fury. They're just the best friend group of life, and they're so sweet and pure to each other, and why wouldn't I want to spend the holidays with them when they're so giving to each other on a regular day? What could they possibly do on holiday? Okay, question number 9 is, which book that you didn't like would you sacrifice to a fire to warm yourself up in the cold? I don't want to throw my books in the fire. You know what, I'm going to cheat and say War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. Not because I didn't like it, I haven't even read this one yet, but this is one of the biggest books I have on my shelf. It's like over 1,200 pages, so I feel like I would be able to rip the pages out and get some good burn going on. It's not because I didn't like it, I haven't read it. I'm cheating, so that's my answer, War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. And question number 10 is, do you hear what I hear? Which book do you think everyone should read? I already promised that there wasn't going to be any more Robin Hobb, so I'm going to pick The Pillars of the Earth, written by Ken Follett. This is one of my top 5 favorite books of all time. It's a like epic historical fiction saga, and I don't normally read historical fiction, but this book like it transformed me. It transformed my life. It's, like I said, one of the top 5 favorites of all time. It sounds like it's not going to be that great, but it's this one man's dream to build a cathedral, like the most beautiful, fabulous cathedral of all time, and it just follows his life and all the characters' life and all the politicking that goes on in this town, and the love stories, the triumphs, the tribulations that they encounter. This book has it all. It's one of the best books that I've ever read in my life, which is why it's in top 5. So this is The Pillars of the Earth, written by Ken Follett. Alright everyone, so those are my answers for the Christmas song book tag. Please feel free to join in on this tag and join in and spreading some holiday cheer. I will be doing different holiday themed book tags throughout the rest of the month, so I hope you look forward to them and then you have a really good start to your holiday season. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's @WhatCastRead. It's the same as this channel, so it's super easy to find. And of course, if you prefer Goodreads, that link will always be down below. And of course, you know how these videos end. I'll talk to you later. Bye.